Guys, wagwan, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another video, I should say. So, Sunday morning, me and the family, is it family or family? We're actually going on a walk, guys, but you know what is very interesting? I remember when we were in Jamaica and we used to watch some movies. I was the persons walking in the woods. We usually be like, don't go. What are they doing? Turn back. It's crazy. Let me show you guys a shot of what our scenery is looking like right now. Probably you guys can hear the whistling in the background. Let me show you guys what our shot is looking like. And we're just on a walking trail. Yeah guys, fresh from our walk, found a bench, sitting down to have a reason with you guys. So of course guys, what we're going to be talking about right now is what the video is titled, our airport experience. We have never really shared our airport experience in a vlog. Well, probably mentioned it in a few vlogs before, but we haven't really like give you guys like detail of what our airport experience was when we were leaving Jamaica to come to Canada. Hold on, let me open this to Malika. Okay, Malika, but you have to go all the way over there. Yeah, we haven't really shared our experience in depth, so that's what this video is about. Now, for you guys who have been following the channel before, you guys would have known that Nats and I came to Canada a couple days apart. We never traveled on the same plane. We didn't come through the airport at the same time, right? So I came, and then Nats came like what, 4 days after?
I think so. No?
Yeah.
You left the Thursday, I left the...
I left the Thursday, she left the Monday. Yeah. I left Jamaica the Thursday and Nats left Jamaica the Monday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 4 days apart. Now guys, let me just say that that was for me a very nerve-wracking experience, right? Because I was granted a study permit in 2019, as many of you guys would have known, and then Nats got our open work permit, right? Now, if you know anything about a study permit or any temporary visa or conditions that you're coming into any country, it's not guaranteed. Even though you have the permit, even though you have the visa, it's not guaranteed, right? So those are just some of the many reasons why it was very much a nerve-wracking experience for me, especially because we weren't traveling together. Also, to add in addition to that, guys, I've never traveled before. That was my very first time going.
We have never traveled before.
But may I share my story? Then you share your story. Yeah, I have never traveled before, guys. Right? So I had no experience about what inside a plane looked like, airport procedures, stuff like that. Not the same experience that many of you guys that's watching the vlog right now would have had, like, travel so often and stuff like that. No, I never have any of that. In addition to that, everything was like our documents and everything was legit. I had an entire folder stuck in my carry-on which has every single piece of document that I used to apply for my study permit, right? Just in the event that the immigration officers would have probably asked and said, boy, can I see a letter of acceptance, or can I see this or that? So I had like a full stack. At the time when we applied for our permits and visas and stuff, we did a paper base. So we actually printed out every single thing. Then we go to the VSC center, submitted it. So we actually kept back a copy for ourselves, right? So we have the big stack of everything tucked away in my hand luggage just in case they asked for anything. Leaving Jamaica that day, that Thursday, my friend drove us to the airport and by Oscar not see in a car. Sad like we don't know what to say. That was in the car. Actually I drove myself to the airport because I know that was gonna be my last time driving in Jamaica. At least for another couple of years, right? So I drove myself my friend's car. He was in the car, Nuts, and it was just me, you, Malika, and Diane, right? Was there anyone else?
Nicole.
Oh yeah, and Nikki Z was there as well. I had my last meal in Jamaica was an island grill, barbecue chicken, rice and peas. I remember that clearly. And that was the last thing I had in Jamaica, and I mentioned that because I miss it. I mentioned that because I miss it, and yeah, but I like some of that tasting island grill food right now. Island Grill was one of my favorite restaurants. Island Grill, coleslaw, and that's can't tell you. But anyways, going through the airport, going up to checking in now, the young lady who was checking in, and this is something that resonates with me. She asked me a very simple question. She said, are you traveling on a visa today or a permanent residence card? And it's a simple question, you know, guys, but at that point in time, I made it my intention that the next time I go to Jamaica, when I'm traveling and somebody asks me, are you traveling on a visa and a PR card? The answer must be a PR card. Yeah. Full stop. It's a simple question she asked me, but I've sent it to long-term memory because the next time I'm traveling from Jamaica to Canada, the question is, are you traveling on a visa or a PR card? The answer must be a PR card, but that's just a personal goal of mine. And that's one of the reasons why I've not been back to Jamaica since I left, because me not go back to Jamaica until me a PR. Full stop. That being said, getting checked in. We were there, hanging out a little bit because, of course, Malika, easy with the nice man. Yeah. Anyways, in Jamaica, you know, you reach the airport like a couple of hours before your scheduled flight because you don't know any delay, checking in might be long, security, all of them stuff that might play a factor. So, I checked in, but I didn't actually go through security as yet. So after I checked in and I got the boarding pass and stuff, I was just there hanging out with Nuts and things, just a little bit, you know. Tried to wipe some tears from out her eyes, like,
oh, I didn't have tears.
Everything's gonna be okay, man. Don't worry yourself. Don't worry yourself, babes. Everything's gonna be okay,
I didn't
right?
have tears.
So just tolerate Malika's noise in the background, right? Anyways, hanging out for a little bit, then it came time to actually start going through security and stuff. That was a very sad moment because now I'm leaving my family behind, going into a unknown land, right? I'm leaving Nuts, I'm leaving Malika, the one I never born, never even think of being born before, so yet at that time. So it was just Nuts and Malika and, you know, all my friends and family at the time, and it was a very emotional feeling. Because I really wish that we were able to travel together because that would have made the experience more, I'd say, enjoyable. Because to be honest, I'm aerophobic. By aerophobic, I mean I'm one of those persons who was just really, really scared of flying. If I could have driven to Canada, even if it take 2 weeks, I would have drove to Canada. I'm one of those persons. I'm very aerophobic. So that was for me an experience, right? Aerophobic probably because I've never been on a plane before, right? And now I'm going, this was my first of 3 plane, by the way, because Grande, you need 3 planes to get to where we're at. So on the plane now, checking in, you know we can read and write, so obviously it's nothing difficult. So, you know, figure it out. But give thanks to the old man who was sitting beside me in the plane we talk from Sangsters International Airport to Toronto Prairie Airport. The man near off my ears. Big up yourself though, because I'm not sure if you saw that I was really like scared of flying and you were just talking to just really like keep me like distracted and stuff like that. I really appreciate that, right? But yeah, some of the things that I said it was really repetitive, but you keep me distracted, and I appreciated that. Nonetheless, guys, my plane experience was it was a very not so pleasant experience the first plane. Because when I was leaving Jamaica that September 2019, there was a storm out in the water, and it's like the pilot turned the plane directly through the storm. So there was a lot of turbulence, and for somebody who has never flown before, going through so much turbulence was very kind of like traumatizing for me. But nonetheless, got to Toronto, came off the plane. The first thing I noticed is why everybody.
Run?
No, two things. Two things first. Why everybody stand up on farm line in the queue in the plane right there so to come off. Right? As soon as the plane stop and the door open, everybody get up and farm. A long queue pile up in our. Yeah. Everybody gonna come off for the plane. You know? Everybody gonna come off for the plane. And now they get stuck on the plane. That's the first thing. So it's not a race to get off of the plane. And the other question is, why when everybody come off the plane is like everybody just like sprinting, like almost like running to go to where they're going. That was a shocker for me. So of course I'm keeping pace. I'm keeping pace with the crowd because of course I don't know. I see who's on the excavator just sliding across. Some person's walking briskly beside it. I'm like, okay, keep with the flow. Okay, going around, not too sure where to go at the time. I saw some kiosk. I went to the kiosk, scanning my passport information. I figured it out. I went and I did it, and then I spoke to like person just hanging around in that area, and they showed me where to go. When I went in there, guys, it was a Thursday night. It was now after 6 in Toronto, and then the line was so long. I'm not even joking. The line was so long. So by this time now, I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, my message nuts, yo, me reach, you know, babes, everything good, stuff like that. But then an immigration line right now. But subconsciously, I was still somewhat nervous because, of course, you don't want to get sent back to your yard. You don't know what I'm gonna ask you and stuff like that. So I was somewhat nervous in the immigration line. You know, looking at the different immigration officers, trying to decide who you want to go to, who you don't want to go to, who looks strict, who look relaxed. And let me just tell you this, guys, the people are emotionless. They are like robots. They are like legit just like focus on the task. They're not building relationships. They can't smile with them and expect a smile back. They are just like straight. And they're just like firm. Right? So you go and the person is just like, next. Bam, 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 bam. And then, you know what, to be honest, guys, I saw like a few persons got turned back. And that was like, yeah, I started to get real worried now and stuff. But anyways, cut a long story short, in the line then, because the line was kind of a little bit stagnant, another immigration officer came around and be like, is there anyone applying for a study permit or a work permit? Of course, my hand went up first and he saw me, he took my documents. By my documents, I meant he took my passport. Was there anything else? I think it was only my passport he took, right? And he asked me what I was applied for, and I told him that I got a student visa and yada. And he took my passport and he took a couple other people's passports, and then he sent us to another area to have a seat while he did what he did. When he came back, he just gave us all our permits, no questions asked, no nothing, right? So he just took my passport, I didn't ask for no additional documents or nothing. He just took my passport, came back, just called everybody by name, so it's like, Demar, I went, got my stuff. You know, this other person got their stuff. And then that's it. That's it. My bus. My bus. From I got the permit in my hand, that's it. Me free. My bus. Me legal to be in Canada now. Nobody can tell me nothing. Right? Got the permit. Left that area. I had to catch another flight from Toronto to Edmonton, which was a very late night. I landed in Edmonton probably 2:30 in the morning. And then I had to wait until 7:30 the next morning to catch a flight from Edmonton to Grande, Prairie. That was my airport experience, guys. It was the longer it went on, the more smooth it became. Like the flight from Toronto to Edmonton was very smooth. I became more confident, more comfortable in flying, and then of course the flight from Edmonton to Grande Prairie was only an hour. So by the time I start get afraid, the plane land. So that was that was my experience, guys. Now, Nats here, what was your experience with?
Okay, so I left on Monday and traveled to Montego Bay, Sanctus International Airport. As usual, same friend dropped me off, same procedure. Before we got to the airport though, he ensured to pack up Malika bag with KFC.
That friend is like my brother, by the way. You guys probably hopefully see him very soon. is Malika's godfather. My
So-
best man at my wedding.
So my baby bag was packed with food and water and all of that. Went to check in. The procedure was smooth. Just check in, and then I didn't wait. I just went to board the plane, basically. Not board the plane. Go to what do you call the part there, so?
Which part? The check-in part? Security?
Security, right there, so. And they just asked me, you're traveling together, because my mom was with me as well. So you guys traveling together? I said yes, and that's it. They check, scan our bags, and that's it. Pass, and they'll go upstairs now to wait on the plane, because we could see the plane through the window, sit and waiting, and nervous because never got on plane yet. Nervous, don't know what, just looking at everybody, and everybody was sitting waiting on the plane, and they come right at the gate there and call us in. But before, because I had Malika, they was like, okay, go at the front because you had a baby, so you board first. I was like, okay, I like this. Okay, and I went in, went on the plane, sat there, get a middle seat. It was a middle because it was Air Canada. A middle seat, and it was really nice. I was like, okay, I'm leaving Jamaica now. Yes, we are going Prairie.
Boss.
Well, anyways, Malika slept the entire flight from Jamaica to Toronto. She didn't give her any trouble. She was a sweet baby at the time.
At the time.
Yes, right now. She's a 5-year-old. Yeah. So at the time, coming off of the plane, I had a stroller. So I put on the stroller with me. Hello. And when I coming off, they said to collect it when I was leaving off the plane. Come off, trying to get the stroller. I didn't have the stroller. But when I was coming off, as the Mar said, persons was just running. I'm like, what is happening? Why everybody running? I don't know what to. Okay, I'm gonna run too. So I'm like, Mom, come. And I had Malika in my hand, and we're like, everybody running, like fast pace running, and I didn't know what. And then everybody run and go to a room, and then it slowed down, stop. I'm like, okay, then this is where it's supposed to go. And then the gentleman was like, who's traveling and who's residents of Canada? Go this side. Who is temporary residents, go to this side. So I went to over to that side that he was instructing. So we went in the line, and we were standing there and waiting for a while until I reached up to the front, and the lady just asked, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Grande. Okay. And that was it. Okay. So look at our passports, and that's it. And look at, I don't know what, a border? That's the border person.
Yeah, border
yes.
person.
That's it. And that's it. And
So they just asked you where you were going.
I'm like, Grande. I'm like, nothing else.
They didn't ask about, like, for example, like, so a lot of persons probably want to know, like, if, like, the spouse is traveling different from the student. Did they ask you anything about me or anything like that?
No, nothing wasn't asked.
They not even asked.
Nothing never asked. Where are you going? Grande. Okay, have a good day. And that was it.
And that's the thing with immigration, guys. You cannot predict. You just have to be prepared, right? Because sometimes they'll drill you, and sometimes them don't ask you anything.
So I left from the border part, and they said, okay, go into, I think, immigration there to get the permit. So I left and walked, and the instructor, go into that room. So I went in there. So I was standing there waiting, and it was line was long. I was at the back of the line at the time, and I was just there waiting, and persons were like, there was a rough guy, wasn't taking talk from nobody. The man was like so serious. I was like, oh, I don't want to go to him. I was like, okay, all right. And my time coming up, but Malika was not having it. She didn't want to calm down. She was all over the place. She was crying.
Malika ball on the place.
And I tried to console her, and it wasn't working. And then after, a gentleman told me to go at the front. So I took myself out. I said, I'm going at the front. They told me to come at the front. I was like, okay. I was standing there, and then another window opened, and a gentleman come and called me. He was just coming on shift or something. And I said, okay, can I have your passport? And I was my passport alone.
I think it's only my passport alone I asked before. I can't remember anything
else. But yeah, passport, and then collect 3 of us passport, my mom as well. And just say, have a seat. And I just sat down there, and less than 5 minutes, the gentleman come back and so here, they gave us the paper, the permits and stuff, and said, have a good day. And that was it.
That's it.
That was it. I wasn't asked no question. I wasn't asked, okay, but about spouse, nothing. Nothing at all. I was like, that's it. And I went downstairs to get the stroller at Air Canada booth, and it was flinging in a corner, so I had to go and take it up. I had another flight. I had a layover. Wait, where layover? Toronto?
The layover, I think, was in Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto. Toronto was a layover. So I went upstairs near to where the gate is for my next flight, and I stayed there for 8 hours. It was rough.
Yeah, flying to Grand Prairie is very rough.
It was rough. I slept. I slept from wake up how much time. Met how much persons on the way, talk to persons, other black persons going to other places in parts of Canada as well. So it was really nice, but Malika was calm for most part of it.
So she only acted up when she saw that we need to cut the line to get the permit.
Which was really good. Yeah, so we went, 8-hour layover. It was rough. Went traveling with a toddler and layover, rough. But we left from there and then, boarded the flight in the morning. I think it was the early morning. Boarded the flight in the early morning. Went to Edmonton. Something happened at Edmonton.
What happened on it?
We didn't know the gate. Yes, we didn't know the gate. We came off the plane.
So one time country people come up.
No, but I didn't know.
We don't know what to do. We don't know.
I'm looking around trying to ask questions, whatever. Trying to get stay close to the gate that I'm supposed to travel to.
Yeah.
Grande Prairie. So come out and go out at the airport and go in. I'll come back in. My mother gets stopped and they're like, mother gets stopped and they must search her and stuff, and my mother get vexed. Searching her and stuff like that.
Miss G get vexed.
Searching her and stuff, and she was, because our flight was like in the next half an hour or something like that, and she was like, and she wasn't telling us. So we asked them where exactly we're supposed to be, and they told us. When we went up there now, take a flight. Oh, we go, take the flight. It was smooth. It was smooth. Everything was smooth. That basically it. It was just the layover was rough. I did not get any questions.
Yeah. Nothing
like that. I slept most of the time in the plane. That was it.
Yeah, I can't sleep in plane. I figured that out. Because me too nervous. I have to know if anything is gonna happen. But anyways,
the only part of it that I was questioning about anything else is like I think Edmonton and boarding and stuff. There was like is this food for the baby? The KFC, bun, everything else, and what? I was like, yes, everything is for the baby. No, but I mean, I ate everything. She didn't eat any food, so everything is for the baby. That's the point. What?
Yeah, flying to Grande Prairie, guys, is very, very rough. When I landed in Grande Prairie, I decided that a plane is not gonna see my face until at least another few years, right? Because it's I left Jamaica the Thursday and I landed in Grande Prairie the Friday, so it's at least 24 hours out of traveling, right? Flying to Grande Prairie, it's 3 planes from Jamaica to Toronto, from Toronto to Edmonton, from Edmonton to Grande Prairie. So it's very rough. So if you're thinking of coming to Grande Prairie, know that traveling here is extremely exhausting, right? When you get here, you're gonna be very tired. You're gonna just be like so fresh that you don't want to see no more plane from nowhere out of anywhere, right? So that was our experience. Now we're here, guys. We're here 3 years later and another baby later. 3 years and another baby later. Just waiting to become permanent residents. Cause you know what? We now go back to Jamaica until them ask you, what, Bills? How are you traveling? Passport or PR? Here's my PR card. No long talking. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok. Tulka dancing thing. Like a shoulder, Bills. Follow us on Facebook. Definitely check out all the links in the description. Don't hesitate to book a time with us to just chat with us to see how our experience can help you and your family transition to Canada. Check out our settlement services business. I cannot say that enough. If you're moving to Canada and you need help with the transition in terms of career coaching, finding an apartment, finding that first job, tips, anything, reach out to us. Alright guys, if you need help writing a letter of explanation, just book a time. If you need help writing a spousal open work permit letter, book a time. Right, those are services that we do, guys. Just check out all the links in the description. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Get us to 5,000 subscribers, guys. Can we do that before August month end? What do you think? We can, but we can't do it without you guys. So you guys are gonna have to hit that subscribe button, share as much videos as possible, smash a like on the video. It really helps us out, and drop a comment. Let us know what you think about not only this video, but also what you think about our channel, and also what do you guys want us to talk about in the future. And before I go, guys, I just want to say big up all our patrons. You guys show your support to DiAndersons tangible, and we appreciate it. Right, to become a patron, guys, go and click on the link in the description right down below. Big up on yourself. See you guys in the next video.